Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited to welcome you to today's webinar, Simplify Dynamics GP Mobility and Eliminate VPN Costs. My name is Olivia Johnston, and I am the Assistant Account Executive here at FMT Consultants, and I'm joined by Dirk Thomaere, Vice President and Chief Operating Officer with Awingu. Our agenda for today is going to be a brief overview of our company here at FMT, and Dirk will be going over a short overview of Awingu. He will also be providing a demonstration as well as going over some frequently asked questions. For those of you who aren't familiar with FMT, I'd like to take a few moments to give you a brief introduction of our company. Here at FMT, we have successfully completed over 1,000 projects. We have been in business since 1995 and recently celebrated our 20th year anniversary. We are Southern California's leading provider of Microsoft integrated solutions and have over 230 clients in both the United States and Canada. Our team has significantly grown over the years with currently close to over 80 team members, both in northern San Diego as well as Los Angeles. At FMT, we pride ourselves on our 5 core values: integrity, service excellence, collaboration, innovation, and passion. But why choose FMT? With a combination of talent, experience, and methodology, we are fully dedicated to the success of your company. We offer a wide array of services pertaining to ERP, CRM, SharePoint, BI, and Office 365. In addition to having extremely experienced consultants, we also have a dedicated help desk that offer ongoing training and support after projects are completed. Not only do we pride ourselves on our product experience and expertise and multiple offerings, but we have won a handful of awards, including Best Places to Work, as well as multiple small business awards. So here are just a few of the clients we get the privilege to work with on a daily basis, and of course one day we hope to add your company to this list. Now I'm going to hand it over to Dirk, but before I do, if at any time during the presentation you have any questions, please feel free to type them into the comment box. We will be monitoring it during the entire presentation. Okay, Dirk, go ahead and take over.
Thank you so much, Olivia. So also a very good morning from myself. I'm Dirk Thomaere, and I want to talk to you about our product, Awingu. At Awingu, we believe that the way to work is actually changing from having your office applications on-premise or in the cloud. Now, I know a lot of you have already moved into the cloud, but we believe and we see that a lot of our clients actually see that they want to go into the cloud, but they still have applications on-prem. That's where the Awingu solution comes in. Now, some of you already might have remote access software, be it Citrix, be it Microsoft RDP. We are actually, I would say, what these companies, if they would develop their software today, this is how it would look like. And I will go through how we work. So as you can see here in this slide, it's actually a application, a piece of software that gets installed either on your servers on-premise or in the cloud, either under Azure, and from there you can manage all your different applications. It works on any device and any operating system. This is a little bit schematic on how it works. Actually, on the right-hand side, you see all the legacy applications, if you still have some. Now, I know a lot of you have already migrated into the cloud, but still, if you go, for example, for the Microsoft GP, you have a Microsoft GP that's running on-prem. That running on-prem, you can now, through the Awingu solution, bring it all together through HTML5. Now, the big advantage of the Awingu solution compared to the other ones I already mentioned is that you do not need to install any agent. That's a big benefit because it makes also that there's no security threat from any device, be it a tablet, a PC, or a phone, because nothing is nothing leaves on the device. Here's a little bit more on how it really works. How easy it is. On the right-hand side, you have your backend infrastructure, you have your Microsoft Active Directory, legacy applications. If you have some of you might have some manufacturing or some older applications. You can actually have your whole desktop also, if you want, completely through the aggregator. The only thing you need is that your applications need to run on a Windows server. Once you got that, you can go through Microsoft RDP and actually aggregate all this information. And it's a very powerful tool because just imagine you have a tablet, let's say an iPad, and you want to check out your information on a on-prem application, which is an older application. Well, today you can do that with the Awingu Workspace Aggregator. And that's also why big clients like Audi and Securitas are very, very happy with our solution. It's easy, it's very cost competitive, and it does not need a lot of support from IT. More of that I can show you later. Now, a big thing is, okay, it works through HTML5. What about security? Now, our solution works since it's single sign-on, works with, the tunnel is through the HTML5. So it's two-factor authentication. That also has the benefit that you can do single sign-on for some of your Microsoft products like 365 or Google for Work if you would use that. It's simple. It's legacy on the device. It's unique in its collaboration. I'll show you that later when I do a quick demo. And it's really a secure, bring your own device or choose your own device. Now, a lot of things you will be thinking, well, I'm already using everything through the browser. Why should I use the Awingu solution? Well, that's where we come in with a couple of unique features, and I'll explain that to you a little bit later. Now, here is like how we aggregate our applications. Now, it can look totally different as you're used to because everybody likes his desktop with all the icons with the start button and things like that. This is a new way on showing all your different applications because these are the things that you use every day. You don't need to have a desktop look, but if you want, you can still have that. So it means that all your PCs or laptops or devices that you are using can actually migrate to a different look and feel, or they can stay as the employees want to have it. Suppose you have some sales guys, suppose you have some agents across the country in the United States or in Canada, they can have a different login and a different way of looking at it. Here it shows where all the different applications are running. They can run in Azure, they can run single sign-on Office 365. You can have legacy application in the private or in the public cloud. It's totally up to you. What it does, it brings it all together. So just imagine you don't have to open any other application one by one. Here you open up the Awingu appliance, you log in with password. If you want to have two-factor authentication, you can use a token and you get onto all your applications immediately with a single sign-on, for example. Your Office works and it really works very easy. Very quickly, what are the 6 really different features that we have compared to the already mentioned companies? First of all, it's very easy to use. Also for the installation, it is very easy to install through your IT departments. It doesn't need different shells of installations than this server and that server. It's one application wherein all these features are. So it's intuitive. I'll show you how that works. The sessions sharing, I could do that later offline or in a one-to-one if you're interested to know how that really works. Sessions sharing is actually based on a unique URL I'll send by email. You just click on that and you can get connected to the session of somebody who's using the Awingu appliance. Now, just imagine nowadays session sharing works with a piece of software you need to install on the device. Now, that's the big thing with Awingu. You do not need to install anything to share any application, and that's very powerful. Session management, if you use the Wingo, it actually made for mobile native. So it means that even if you have a tablet or a phone, it automatically detects it's a touch device. It means it will pop up a keyboard. I can't show you this in the demo, but when if you want, we can do a one-on-one and show you those features. It's actually very neat. It recognizes it, it changes, even old legacy applications. It's really great to see that, how easy and how great that works. So session management also means that you start on your laptop in the office and you start up with your different applications. Suppose you go to lunch, you take your tablet, all your applications that are open will just by keying in your username and password, you can immediately access all the data without having to go through all the different VPN work you have to do, start VPN and all those things. You can eliminate that completely. A neat feature is the geolocalization. For some of you, this could be interesting to see where employees or where executives log in from. This was for a project we had with the police where we installed this. And a very big one is local printing. Now, the big thing with Citrix or any other solutions is how do I print from a device that doesn't have an agent on it, that does not know this device can print something. Well, with the Awingu solution, once you have any device, even from your iPhone, iPad, or from your laptop, you can just click. It will make the Awingu printer as you see in there. And what we do is actually, we found a way around it that we create a PDF file and immediately can print on any Wi-Fi. So this is very, very powerful. And another thing that other of the solutions are not capable of is the on and offline copy and paste between different applications, wherever they are in your setup. So that's also, those are the 6 really main things. Now, let me jump into the demo just to show you how it looks like. I don't know if there are any questions. If there are, just please interrupt me and I can give you the answer. So here I'm going to go to our demo platform, and just to show you a couple of things, we're going to try to connect here. Here we go. I'm just going to use a password here. As I said, you can also use a token for two-factor authentication. That will make it possible, even if you have already one, it works even for VPN. Now, we believe that you use Awingu. Why do you use Awingu? Because it makes you mobile and not connected to any device, which lowers your cost on having to install agents. And I suppose when you have members that are working with you outside of your organization, you don't need to do any IT installations or follow-up. So as I mentioned to you in the beginning, this is how it looks like. This is how we see it. Of course, again, you can still use your own desktop look and feel. In here, you can see most of the used applications. You can see some old legacy applications like the ES400 terminal, Finance Explorer, if you still use those. You have your files section in here. You have all your different files. You have your own home drive. Everything of this is, of course, either on-prem or in the cloud, or a combination. That's totally depending on how you want to use the Awingu appliance. Here you can see all the different applications that you don't have. Now, let me quickly run into a very old application just to show you that how easy and how powerful the technology is. This is how you can maneuver. You have this nice polygon here. Let me connect to a system here that we have set up on. As you can see, this is running in Germany. This is a AS400 emulation. And now here through the internet, just through my HTML5, I can actually start this application. It's running on a Windows 2008 server, this AS400, and it's an old application. Now, a little bit about the Polyglon. You have 3 functions here. You have home, we go back to the home screen. You have the active session. You have all your active sessions that you can check here, so you just go in there. You have a button here where I can share. Now, if I push this button here and I go to share session, this is what I meant by how can I share an application very easy without just sending a URL. Well, here you go. This is a complicated URL, I know, but this actually, if I send it to somebody of you here in the audience, you just click on that and you can actually take control of that. It means you can actually execute something on my account here on this old application. It's very easy. The only thing I do is send your URL, you click on it, and you can get on to our software. A little bit more on, for example, also old running. As long as they run Windows applications, you can actually get them into the Wingo appliance, as already mentioned. It gives you a lot of benefits. The thing is, you do not need to reprogram anything. It is there as it was. probably some of you will remember this. This is a very old application which you can work in, and it's actually as if I'm working now, and the Awingu solution works in this case like a terminal server. The other thing you notice, it's very fast, and that's very important for some of our clients. If I look into some of our clients, I'm going to show you something, is that Audi, for example, wanted to have a lot of product videos onto their user for their salespeople to show something on their iPad. Now, this is just an example on how fast it works. This is here a little example on there's no jitter in anything of the image because it works through HTML5. HTML5 is very fast. This is impossible when you use this in a other RDP or VDI solution like companies already mentioned, like Citric. It's just not possible to do these kind of things. Furthermore, let me start a Microsoft application, sorry, the PowerPoint application. So this actually moves around. You can position this where you want. You can size it. It's just your own choice. You will see this popping up on your tablet or on your phone, and it's a very easy to use, very quick reaction. So if I go here and now go back to my home, I can see in the meantime that I have active sessions. Now we have set this up that you can see all your sessions where they are running, what they're doing, and you can actually flip in between them. You can go from one to the other without having to open. Now just imagine, as I said, you are out for lunch. You wanna check out your, let's just say, your finance application here. You just log in with your username and your password, and you can just right there, log in there without any complicated VPN tunnels you need to open it again. It's all secure because we're using two-factor authentication. Other than that, I think that's about it. Of course, there's a lot more I can explain about the solution, but that's a quick rundown of, so here you get your recent files you use, etc. So now, I got a lot of questions, and I just put them up here in the box of what is Wingo? Is this a service provider? No, we are a software vendor. So you install the software on your servers on-prem or in the cloud. Makes that from there everybody can come in to check the applications they need to. Now you can limit access to different users by not giving them the opportunity to download anything, to copy anything, just to see anything. You can actually limit it down to a file or a folder. Suppose you have auditors, you have contractors. It's used also for a lot of contractors that they can access your system. You only give them access. You can actually monitor them, see what files they've checked or changed. And I think that's also very good to make it easy and much cheaper for auditors or contractors to work together with your company. We do not offer VDI. We are aggregating the applications. So the applications stay where they are, one. Two, you do not need to reprogram anything to make them cloud ready or HTML5 ready. They only have to run on a Windows server. That's all. Even new things like Azure and the newest Azure Active Directory DS all works. So the user, wherever he is, whatever he's doing, can really, he cannot see where the things are running, but can access it from any device, and it's always secure. We do have, if you look at the VDI, that's what the solutions do. They just emulate a desktop, so you're known. This is your known environment. We can still keep that, but we can also show, as I've shown you in the demo, set it up differently. It just depends on how you want to do this for your salespeople, for your executives, or for your people in the office. It's all what makes them more comfortable. We do not run the applications. Means that if I click a button like my Microsoft PowerPoint or Word or my AS400, all these applications run where they reside. Means also the data does not leave the solution or the software. It does not leave. The data stays there. You are just emulating it through an HTML5 in a kind of pixel form, And that's why sometimes you work in a terminal server environment or a virtual desktop environment. We just connect to these different things. We do not host or run the files in the Awingu appliance. We actually are a shell on top of all your applications. As I already mentioned, you don't need to rewrite anything, and that's a big benefit on the application. Suppose you have a intranet that you want to bring up to HTML5 or to IE11, the new browser technology. It's going to cost you a lot of money, first to reprogram it, and secondly to the timeout you have for your users not being able to use your extranet. Well, with your Wingo solution, you can run a browser in a browser. That's also very powerful. That's also something with a Citrix or a Microsoft RDP you cannot do. It limits to Microsoft applications. The Wingo solution is open to all the different applications. We can work with MDM if that's what you want, but you have to see at that moment the MDM really makes again that you put an agent on the device, and that's against a security threat. You can eliminate the complete VPN setup. It's very expensive to set up a VPN. It's complicated. You have your token that's out of sync. You need to sync that. I mean, all these things I've had it in the past, also in my past career. A lot of VPN, a lot of token issues. The major thing, of course, is your security. Now, we have clients like the police, and I can tell you their security measures are very, very high standards, and they are using the Wingo solution to access their old applications. And we are an identity provider. That's something that makes it possible for single sign-on for Office 365, or if you want to use Google Apps, that's also a possibility. Quick run through on how you could position this product. Just don't see it as only an internal use. We have a lot of clients that use our solution next to their already mentioned providers or remote access softwares. Look at it as an addition, a department, or especially auditors or contractors which you're working to, or agents in case you're in the agent business where you have a lot of agents. You don't want to provide a lot of IT support. You want to actually control everything. You want to control what they can see. And you want to make it easy so there's no excuse on the end device on how to get to it. We have positioned here where do you offer this. As I already mentioned, a corporate, government, small business, or in workspace as a service. That's more for a reseller thing. Now, just to wrap up, this is how we see our value proposition to different business users, is that a user can see, opens up any device he's got or is being given. He sees one workspace, and if you have a certain profile, a salesperson will only get access to these applications he really needs to have. An accounting person will have more, etc., etc. So you can actually tailor it with a different view, as I showed you in the beginning. And then a very powerful is built-in collaboration. For example, you have one of your business users needs to see some records, and you can actually give your session to somebody else by just for a limited amount of time, for a limited file, for a limited folder, to one person. For you can actually collaborate on one document. Again, you do not need to install any agent. Suppose you're on a business trip. Your laptop doesn't start. You can go to any device, can get any device, and just keep on working. So it actually is no downtime. It's very fast to deploy. Just have to give the users the HTML. If you set up all the credentials on the back end, they can access easily from their phone, tablet, or device, or laptop. The IT director, again, you save a lot of costs because you don't have any end-user support. Also for the collaboration, the contractors or auditors, it is very easy. It's has got an increased security, because you can also, if you have, in that case of some salespeople or some contractors, you don't want them to download anything. That's possible. And you don't leave any footprint, you don't leave any data on the device, which is very, very important. And also it gives the IT director a really step-by-step transition into the cloud. We believe strongly that why the use and why you should use Awingu is that it gives you the opportunity to still keep your data. And if I look at Microsoft GP clients, you still leave your data, and some clients still want their data on-prem. The cloud is absolutely also possible, but you are not forced to do one or the other. With the Awingu solution, it's totally open. And there's a lot of tools to monitor the usage of who is on which drive and on which folders. What's unique? It's intuitive. It's very easy. You have this nice polygon. It's a low investment, and I'll show you in the rest. It's very fast to deploy, and you can actually, you don't need to have any other tools like hypervisors and file syncing tools and a VPN token and a VPN server. You can eliminate all of that through a very easy way. Now, this is this is kind of a pricing, so you know where we are. It's a $7 per month per user. For 20 users, about $1,700 per year. And we've done small steps because that's upon the request from our clients. We can go up with 5, but we have 800 to 1,000 users, and it's all concurrent users. So suppose you have a couple of users in your company that occasionally need some access. Well, you can, since it's concurrent users, it's not dedicated to one user. You can open it up, so it means concurrent users at the same time using it. So that's also a very, very big benefit, that if people are on the road, they can use it, people come back in, other people can use it. So it's very flexible in its pricing. This is for everything, so it's just one price, $7 per user per month, and that's it. There's no other mobile costs, server costs. It's the software you install, and it's a licensing model on this. That actually wraps it up, and I think I've gone very fast in it, and I don't know if there's any questions or remarks. As I said, I would be more than happy to go in depth and look at your current setup, your current situation. How do you see your Microsoft GP integrating in this? And I think also there FMT is a great partner that started with us on offering this to its clients. And secondly, the elimination of a VPN. I know this is a tricky thing, but we have some external audits done by the local police to check the reliability and the security breach possible on this software, and it passed, so we're in their product portfolio. So that sums it up. Again, if there's any questions, I am at your disposal. Olivia?
Thanks, Dirk. So we actually don't have any questions right now, but what I'm going to do is leave it open for another 30 seconds to see if anyone has any last-minute questions. Also, we'll be sending out a video of this webinar, and it'll also be on our website as well as our YouTube channel. So we'll just go ahead and wait a couple more seconds and see if anyone has anything they want to add.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we will wrap it up, and if anyone does have any questions later on, feel free to email myself or Dirk. Thanks, Dirk, for the great presentation. We really appreciate you taking the time to present this with us.
Welcome.
So yeah, that'll do it. Thanks everyone for attending, and have a great day.
Okay, thank you so much.